Happy Monday, January 8th. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot, and joining me today in studio is the excellent Ross Leonhardt. On today's show, we are talking about the best of CC Zach, learning how to skin it and the experts that are involved there. Plus, Ross is going to show me how to tune my snowboard and more. So hour one of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Good morning, Vail. Welcome to the TV8 Weather Center. We're starting off with a live look at the I-70 corridor through Vail. You can see some light snow falling up in the mountains. Not much traffic out there yet, but be sure to save some time and take your time this morning with lots of snow in the forecast coming up. Some cold temperatures as well, keeping those roads a little icy. We'll be at 11 degrees to kick off the day at 8 a.m. Mostly cloudy throughout the day and a 40% chance of snow today. A high of 18, so definitely a cold winter day today, which we love to see. Things will heat up around noon, high of 17, 18 degrees there, mostly cloudy, and that chance of snow is throughout the day today. Rolling into the I-70 corridor, Eagle has a high of 21 degrees and a slight chance of snow, Avon a high of 19 degrees and another slight chance of snow, and Vail a high of 18 degrees and a 40% chance of snow. Denver, high of 30 with an 80% chance of snow up there on the Front Range. Tonight, we're looking at a low of -3 degrees and a slight chance of snow. Mostly cloudy with a sunset at 4:59 p.m. Definitely bundle up with these cold temperatures. Looking at the daily through the week, a chance of snow every day, which we love to see. So in addition to today's chance of snow, we'll see a 50% chance of snow tomorrow afternoon on Tuesday, scattered snow on Wednesday, snow showers on Thursday, and occasional snow on Friday with more snow on Saturday. The lows are in the single digits all the way down to 0 on Thursday, and the highs are in the low 20s or mid 20s throughout the week. Vail Mountain snow report. Couple inches in the last couple days, bringing the season total to 115 inches and a base depth of 43 inches. Vail Mountain's operating 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. right now, with 28 lifts open, including the back bowls and Blue Sky Basin, and that's 242 trails and about 86% of terrain open. Over at Beaver Creek, a couple fresh inches in the last couple days as well, bringing the season total to 90 inches and a base depth of 40 inches. So we hit that 40-inch base, and you know we're all about that base. Keep building it. Beaver Creek's got 24 lifts open and 120 trails, including McCoy Park now, and about 53% of terrain, with Beaver Creek operating 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Lots of fun happening. You know, I got my first chance at McCoy Park this season over the weekend, and it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
So great. Still a couple of powder stashes here and there. I had a blast.
Yeah. It's a beautiful kind of beginner's area up there at Beaver Creek.
It's fun to just be able to explore and not have to stay on a groomer, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But, you know, great weekend, and I loved coming in this morning because there's a nice light layer of snow, which means it's going to be a great day out there today.
Yeah, and it was so soft cleaning off the truck this morning.
Yeah,
Didn't need a scraper at all.
Just kind of blow on it, and it gets off the windshield there, but that's great. So we have an exciting show in store today. You know, I want to personally learn how to skin. I've never done it, and we've got some great stuff in store with the best of CC Zach and so much more. I can't wait for you to show me how to tune my snowboard.
Yeah, love it. Day full of skis and snowboards today.
You know, and I think it's appropriate given all of the weather that we have rolling in, but it's going to be a great first hour of this Monday morning edition. So we will be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on Mountain Perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here, I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Good morning, Vail.
Now, CC Zach has really had some interesting conversation over her time here at TV8, including she talked to experts in skinning. So let's take a look.
Today, I'm so thrilled to talk to you about skinning, a sport that I am dying to try, and why I'm so eager to have two experts from the Valley here to share with us their expertise. So Hayes, thank you so much for hosting us here at Cripple Creek Backcountry, and Adam Bartlett, thank you so much for joining us as well. And so before we get into the nuts and bolts of skinning, what I'd really like to know is how long have the two of you been in Vail, and why have you stayed here for as long as you have?
Yeah, I've been here for 3 years. Love being here for our wilderness areas and the core groups of people who are into recreating in those places.
And you, as I recall, you also came here because of a job.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, I got a job here, and I've worked here for 3 years, and yeah, good deal.
I got to ask, do you have a memorable moment of helping a client like me find joy in doing something in the backcountry in those 3 years?
Yeah, it's always cool when people come back and tell us how much fun they had, and and then groups of people, like, they'll get gear because their friends did, and snowballing, it's a really cool thing.
Yeah, I look forward to talking about the gear, because I think that's the one thing that I've really been restricted in trying skinning, because I don't have it. I'm an avid downhill skier, and I do a teeny bit of cross country, but look forward to getting into the gear shortly. So Adam, your story is a little bit different. We know you've been in real estate here in the Valley for quite some time, but tell us why you came here and why you stay here.
Oh yeah, I moved here over 25 years ago, and I came, to spend the winter. But ended up staying obviously longer, and it's the outdoors and being out to work-life balance, and all that's really kept me here.
And is there any one memorable moment that you have in this valley that kind of turned your mind and shape about how you look at the valley? Because I know you kind of think of it as a little bit of a Camelot. So what made you stay when you first came?
I think it was like I enjoyed the winter, but then like somebody talked me into staying the summer, and it was the balance of the seasons that I've learned to enjoy everyone, even the spring as it melts out, but with the backcountry skiing, that makes it a lot more enjoyable.
Well, we're blessed to have the two of you in the valley, and so let's get into the meat of this. Hayes, how did you get into backcountry?
I had a friend in college who needed a partner, and I got the gear and got into it and started skiing bigger spring lines, and then now I do it, from October through June sometimes.
And tell me, when you say your friend needed a partner, okay, remember, I have never gone skiing before. I haven't gone in the backcountry. I really want to. Why is it so important to have a partner?
Yes, for safety, just taking care of each other out there, and then if something were to happen avalanche-wise, you'd have a partner for rescue, and it's just generally safer to travel in the mountains with a friend.
And for our viewers, similar to me who has never skinned, I know we don't need to be worried about going to where the avalanches are, and we'll get into that in a minute, but I think it's really important, especially with what we've been hearing recently, that having a partner is really key to safety in all of this. Now, Adam, how did you get involved in this? Because you have a little bit longer background. When we were talking and preparing, you had said there's a progression of how you ended up getting into backcountry.
Yeah, when I moved here, I was into snowboarding at the time. I skied as a kid and then got into snowboarding, but then, I was in the summer, hiking in the Gore Range and doing all that stuff. So I wanted to start enjoying it in the winter, and then, ended up taking a break, got into ice climbing, and then after that, I bought a touring setup and then started, skiing on the mountain with it, and then slowly inching into backcountry as friends showed me around.
So you mentioned the term touring. Can the two of you help us understand how to really to define the words backcountry, skinning, touring, and are there any other terms that are thrown out in this vein right now, in today's world?
Yeah, backcountry skiing would be anytime you're skiing out of a controlled ski area. And then skinning would just be anytime you're going uphill on skis. Some people think of it more in the context of going uphill at the resort. And then touring would be similar, going uphill on skis, going around in the mountains on skis.
So is there a difference between skinning and touring?
I guess not. Maybe people probably use the words in different contexts, but.
Adam, do you have anything to add about the terminology?
Yeah, I think to me, touring is more kind of backcountry, but it's not like you're going for one line. You might be, making a day out of it, go up, ski something, go down, go back up again, and then make it back.
And make it back,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So one of the big differences for me is obviously the equipment, because and actually, before we get into it, Adam, you had talked about the evolution of the equipment as well. Maybe you can talk about how it's just changed before we get into the specifics of it through the time that you've been out in backcountry.
The biggest thing is weight. It's, weighs half of what it used to when I first started. The skins weighed twice as much. The boot technology was there, but you can have a boot that's closer to an on-mountain boot, like a resort boot. But it weighs half the weight, or somewhere similar to that. And then bindings, they just become more efficient and lighter, and you can get it's easier to get further into the mountains, in a quicker pace.
Okay. So you go further faster.
Yep.
Okay. So let's kind of talk about all this equipment, because Hayes, you're the expert, and I will say that this is a little bit different than what I use going downhill. So help us understand all that we need to go out there.
Yeah, so the skis are really similar to what you're used to alpine skiing. They might just be a bit lighter. And then for the uphill, you'll put the skins on the bottom of your skis. They'll stick to your skis, and they grip one way and they glide the other way. And then you'll have a touring binding. These pin style bindings work really well. So for the uphill,
When you say pin style, is that because there's pins there? Okay.
yeah, so you're locked into the binding by these 4 points, which is crazy to think of, but they do work really well. So when you're going uphill, you'll just be attached in the front of the binding, and your heel will be free, so you can walk up the hill. And a lot of bindings have risers to make it easier when it gets steeper.
Oh, fascinating. That's very cool. Yeah.
And then when you come down, you're locked in really similarly to an alpine binding. Your heel is attached, and you're just making alpine turns like you're used to.
Okay. Awesome. Now you mentioned the skis. We do have an array of skis behind us. You mentioned that they are lighter than alpine skis. Is there anything? Well, and obviously the bindings seem much lighter too.
Yeah.
Those pin bindings.
Yeah.
Are there any other differences between the backcountry skis, skinning skis, and alpine skis?
Yeah, I mean, some people pick really narrow skis if they want to go up the hill really fast. Some people pick wide skis if they're looking for soft snow. Kind of the same deal as your alpine skis, just lighter.
Okay. And speaking of light, oh my God, this is like feather light compared to my boot. How long does it take to put a skin? If you're a beginner, how long does it take to put a skin on a ski?
Oh, probably just like a minute.
A minute? And then you skin up the mountain, and obviously you take the skins off. What do you do with the skins? Because I would imagine they're wet. So what would you do with the skins?
Yeah, you can put them in your backpack, or if you're taking multiple laps, sometimes you put them in your jacket to keep them warm so they don't ice up. That way they perform the next time around.
Adam, what are your thoughts on this new equipment? I mean, you say it's lighter. Have you found that you're going in further now too?
Oh yeah, I can shave like hours off of
hours.
What it used to take.
Wow.
I mean, because I had a heavier boot this was in existence when I started, but I kind of came from the alpine end and wanted a stiffer boot. So now you can get a stiffer boot that weighs, so much less than the resort skiing boot.
Awesome.
And gives you, similar performance. It's not exact, but it's very close now.
So viewers, please stay tuned. We're going to take a short break. And Adam and Hayes, this has been fantastic. I've learned so much in just a very short period of time. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with the skinning episode and how you can enjoy skinning here in the Vail Valley and living your best life.
Each week on the Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss the Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Bleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
My name is Tyler Alvarez. I work here at Sweet Basil in Vail. I'm a bartender here. I originally came to Vail to snowboard. I slept on my sister and my cousin's couch for what was supposed to be a week, turned into 2 months, and then I found my own spot, and then kind of made friends and worked different places in the valley and kind of just fell in love with it more and more every single day, and ended up finding my way to Sweet Basil through some friends who worked here and all the great things that I heard about it. And yeah, I've been here for 4 years now. It's hard to wake up in Vail and be upset when you look outside. It's just beautiful. My favorite part about working at Sweet Basil is definitely that I could be proud about everything that we're putting out, whether it's food, drinks, we also get to be really creative here. The bartenders, the whole team here, we workshop our menus every season, so we'll start with a spirit or an ingredient, and then we get to be really creative and make a whole project of it. And then when we get the final product, it's a drink that we're all really proud of for the whole menu, and that's super fun, just being able to be creative and work with new things. And the most fun cocktails to make, though, are definitely the ones that we get to create from scratch. When people take a sip and say, oh my God, this is delicious, or they just love it. And that's probably the most fun for me, the creativity behind it and making unique cocktails. That, for me, that would be the most fun drink to make, just the one that you start from scratch and then people are excited about. I'm Tyler, I live and work in Vail. Come see me at Sweet Basil.
Good morning, Vail.
With all this recent snowfall, one of the best ways to make sure you're getting some fresh tracks is by skinning up the mountain. Let's check back in with our experts on how you can start skinning.
This is a skinning episode. I'm here with Hayes and with Adam, and we are at Cripple Creek Backcountry in Avon. So blessed to be hosted by you, Hayes, so thank you very much. Now let's jump into the specifics. Let's pretend I just walked into the store. Our viewers know that I've never done this before. I really want to do it, and it's been 4 years, and I just don't know what's holding me back. So Hayes, what are you going to do with me?
Yeah, I mean, we could set you up on some rental gear, and you could give it a try for a day and go uphill at one of the local ski areas before or after the lifts are running, or head over to Meadow Mountain where it's safe to travel and find some fun snow to ski in.
Do you mind me asking what the price points of rentals are? Because again, I only have Alpine as my background. So what am I looking to spend for that period of time?
Yeah, here it's $120 for the day. That gets you boots, binding, skis, skins, and poles.
And what if I came back and I wanted to buy something? Does that go towards the purchase?
Yeah, we can apply some of it to the full setup.
Yeah, that makes it. Okay, so now I've got the equipment, but I am a beginner, and so what do I do? Who do I go with? Do I do it on my own and figure it out? Adam, what are your thoughts? Because you did offer to take me up.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you can do it either way. I think if you're going at the resort before or after, outside of operation hours, you could totally do it by yourself. It might be nice for the first time to go with a friend that can just give you a couple tips here or there, so it makes it a little bit of a smoother experience for you.
Okay, so Hayes, you mentioned Meadow Mountain and Arrowhead. How long is it going to take me the first time going up? I'm not a runner. I have okay breathing, and I'm in decent fitness, but how long is it going to take me to get up there?
Yeah, I mean, you can turn around whenever you want. That's kind of
that's key.
the beauty of it. So if you have an hour, you can just, go up for 50 minutes, turn around, and be back at the base. But yeah, it all just depends on your pace, and turn around whenever feels comfortable too.
That's key, because I always feel like I have to finish it and go up to the top. So what run would you suggest at Arrowhead for me?
Oh, I think it's Little Brave is the mellow one to the looker's left.
The looker's left, okay. Now, Adam, I know you love Vail, so where do you go, or where would you suggest me as a beginner at Vail?
I go up Simba. And you can go around the blackface, but it's mostly a green or a blue the whole time. But I just do that and go up to Eagle's Nest, and that's the easiest way. But you don't have to go to Eagle's Nest. You can go to the bottom of Chair 26, the Pride Lift. If that's all you got time for, whatever, kind of works for you and, how you're feeling or time and that.
Now, you're talking about feeling and time. One of the things that the two of you really instilled with me is that skinning can give you a fabulous aerobic exercise. So how do you find, Adam, you fit it into your schedule, and when do you typically skin versus, any other big backcountry adventure?
I always try to do it in the morning, or if it's on just going up the resort after hours in the afternoon. But it's work first and then that. But, I'll do that. But if it's anything backcountry, I always try to go in the morning before it warms up.
Before it warms up. Okay, so that gets us into a whole nother conversation.
For another time. But.
Which is why I'm thinking, Hayes, that you recommended that being at the resort for the first time to really learn it is important because of the snow conditions.
Yeah, it's managed. You don't have to worry about complex terrain, avalanches, anything like that. You can just focus on getting comfortable with the movement, the gear, and your fitness.
Okay. Now, speaking of the gear, now Adam, you pulled out a few things here from the store just to kind of show us if, you went up Simba this morning. So, what do you carry when you're in the resort areas?
In the resort areas, you do not need these 3 things because it's managed. Groomers are on it, but you need a backpack.
So you need a backpack.
Extra clothes because you're going to get damp from your sweat.
Okay.
So, like I'll go up to Eagle's Nest and go inside and change really quickly so that I'm warm.
Oh.
But I always bring an extra because I sweat a lot. An extra shirt and then another jacket and then the shell jacket on top of it. So.
Okay.
And then a hat that I'm not using on the way up. So, and then another pair of gloves because my gloves, everything for me will get kind of damp.
So
then I just change it out, put the damp stuff in there, and then put the dry stuff on quickly and ski down.
Okay, you did pull out some things, and I think this is more around the backcountry side of things, but show us, because I don't think I've seen 1 or 2 of these tools before. Maybe if you can lift them up for the camera, too.
Yeah, this is a beacon. This is the most important piece you'll have. If, something ever did go wrong, it helps you find your partner or the partner to find you, hopefully, without any issues. Then a shovel, if that were to happen. Or if you just got stuck outside at night, it allows you to build a snow cave or something like that. And then
it makes me really excited to run and go out there at that time of day.
But like in the beginning, you're not going to go far. But if something ever did happen, it can definitely help you. And then it all goes hand in hand. But it's a pro pole. It's like a tent pole that's going to be 5-10 feet long. They're in different sizes, but that if you're ever doing a recovery, it allows you to poke in the snow.
Okay.
For your partner. Because if you're picking up their signal from this, it goes from you're in search mode, you move it to send, and then you use the probe to find them, then you'll start digging if something did happen.
I find this fascinating only because the last couple of years since I moved to the Valley, there's been a big emphasis on educating people about the snow and avalanches. Just briefly, even though, again, for our viewers like me that are beginning, I'm not going to be going to avalanche training, but the 2 of you did talk about there's quite a few resources in town to help us learn about the snow. What are those? I believe you have some classes here at Cripple Creek. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have some avalanche awareness classes. Friends of Berthoud Pass put something on. CIC has had some events recently, so that's a good way to get just prepped. And then past that, there are full level 1 courses to understand avalanche terrain that you can book through services like Paragon Guides or Apex Guides or Colorado Mountain College nearby.
Yeah, matter of fact, I just read in the paper over the weekend that Apex Mountain School has really blown out their safety training. And the 2 of you educated me on avalanche training being the acronym ARI with different levels to it. So I was fascinated to read about that. Now, Adam, you've been doing this for a while. Tell me, how much training have you done to go out in the backcountry?
A lot of it's through experience, just from my young days, getting, whether it was ice climbing or just traveling in the Gore Range that's local here to Vail, and or Sawatch and Beaver Creek. But a lot of that, I read a lot of books and then took some classes, mixed throughout that. And then every year I try to do a refresher, whether it's Ski Patrol that puts one on or, CIC.
And Ski Patrol being at either of the resorts, they'll do.
Yeah, they and in the past they've done a lot, together with CIC. It's kind of a group effort, and just it's a good refresher, even for somebody that like me that has a lot of experience. It's good to hear it again.
I think anyone that does any snow sports at all, I personally, and I'm no expert in this, but I'm going to sign myself up to learn. Now, if I wanted to get involved with a community and start, and knowing that I'm a beginner, Hayes, you had mentioned that there are a few community groups around here. Tell us about those.
Yeah, I know there's some Facebook page groups where people get together to go skinning together. There's also organizations like the Gore Range Gravity Alliance that put on group skins and avalanche awareness. And then here at the shop, we have a Wednesday night group skin. So lots of different opportunities to meet up with people and get out and go uphill.
Yeah, and when you become as advanced and tenured at backcountry as Adam, Adam, you had mentioned you have a group of 10 or 20 guys and gals that you get together with routinely, right?
Yeah, it's a mix, but we get out, like, I just know enough people that I can almost start, and I'm going to find somebody I know.
Out there, wherever you are. That's pretty amazing.
Not not if it's real deep backcountry, but definitely, if it's off resort backcountry or stuff like that, I'll find somebody I know, and I can hook up with them or vice versa. And everybody's very friendly, for the most part. So even if you're struggling going up on Simba or somewhere at Meadow Mountain, there's somebody always willing to help. So.
Well, that's encouraging to me.
Yeah, you don't need to be intimidated.
Yeah, very encouraging to me. And again, you both are such inspirations and such great educators. I want to thank you again for being on the show. Adam Hayes, I'm Cece Zach. This is Good Day Vail. Thank you so much for participating in the skinning episode. And I hope to see you out there a year from now, because Adam's my inspiration. I want to start meeting people out there and run into them and become a community as well. Take care, everyone. Cheers.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva-vail.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com, because there's always more for you on 92.
Do you have an interesting hobby or skill you'd like to share for Vail Valley? We want to hear from you. We're looking for people to share their musical, artistic, culinary, woodworking, athletic, or technical talents on Good Morning Vail. If you'd like to share your talents with the community, email Danielle at tva8vail.com. Join the community conversation. There's more for you on 92.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to the TVA Weather Center on this beautiful Monday morning. A little chilly, 11 degrees to start the day at 8 a.m. with a high of 18 degrees, but that 40% chance of snow is what we're really keeping our eye on today and into the week. The hourly temperatures today, again, 11 degrees to start the day. Mostly cloudy throughout the entire day. We'll hit about 18 degrees around 4 p.m. This evening, it'll drop back down to 10 degrees and mostly cloudy all day today. Down in the I-70 corridor, Eagle has a chance of snow with a high of 21 degrees. Avon has a chance of snow as well with a high of 19 degrees. And Vail has a 40% chance of snow today with a high of 18 degrees. Down in Denver, 80% chance of snow with a high of 30 degrees today. So definitely a cold, snowy day in the forecast. Tonight, temperatures will drop down to -3 degrees as a low and a slight chance of snow and a sunset at 4:59 p.m. We'll see if we see it, though, with all of the cloud coverage bringing all the snow in. Looking at the rest of the week, chance of snow every day, which is beautiful to see. In addition, today, tomorrow, we have a chance of afternoon snow. And on Wednesday, a 70% chance of scattered snow. Thursday, another 70% chance of snow showers with some occasional snow on Friday and another storm kind of rolling in on Saturday with a 60% chance of snow. The lows are definitely chilly in the single digits or even 0 degrees on Thursday with the highs in the low 20s. So definitely bundle up, be prepared for the snow. And if you're on the roads today, slow down and give yourself plenty of time. Up next, we're going to take a look at a drink called Amari. That's a non-sparkling recovery sports drink with CBD in it and no sugar added. Let's take a look.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I am here with Eric, who is not only the CEO but the founder of Amari. And you're no stranger to the show. You've come in quite often with a lot of the packets that we can mix up and make some of these drinks. But I got to tell you, I love these cans.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us back on Good Morning Vail. We're always happy to be here. So to give you a little bit of a brand intro, Amari is a better-for-you sports drink. Our award-winning recovery product line has no sugar, only 10 calories a can, no bubbles, just delicious taste. And our take on recovery is a little bit different, Kevin. We use a plant-based blend that may help reduce inflammation from exercise.
Wow.
Now, you're right, we were here many times last year.
Yep.
And we had our powdered product with us. We had a lot of fun making everything from breakfast smoothies, functional cocktails, mocktails, to bedtime teas. We sampled those products up and down the Vail Valley. And one thing that became very clear to us was that our customers, the everyday athlete, was really looking for convenience. So late last winter, we launched our ready-to-drink product line in the Vail Valley and in Breck to exceptional success. And we started with our berry lemonade. We expanded into our tangerine and lemon lime.
Nice. Now, these are alcohol-free.
Yes.
Got your CBD, got your turmeric in there.
Yep, exactly.
Great combination. Last time you were here, we made a few cocktails.
We did.
And so what a great idea. After you're done skiing, instead of jumping right into the après and doing the hard liquor, mix it a little bit with this and get that full recovery benefit.
Have a nice recovery drink. We make great cocktails with this as well. We've got all kinds of recipes on our website, drinkamari.com. But today I thought I'd share some of our recovery tips. Now, these have been perfected over 40 plus years of skiing. I love to ski. A lot of us ski and ride in the company. And what we've found is, number one, you always want to stay hydrated. Whether you're from Colorado or here visiting, drink a lot of water. On the hill, after.
Right.
If apre's in your future, definitely mix, say, 1 glass of water to every 2 adult beverages. That seems to work out really well.
Good
Our
tip.
second recovery tip is to stretch. We know the couch is calling you. Of course, you want to go sit down. A lot of us stretch before we ski, but we also recommend stretching after you ski.
Absolutely.
Your body will thank you for it.
Yeah.
The third is one I think we can all agree on. Skiing or riding in hot tubs are meant to go together.
Right.
Not only do you look cool, but that hot water helps with the circulation, gets that blood flow going, helps oxygenate the muscles and speed that recovery process. And our last recovery tip, sorry to sound like your parents, but is to get a good night's sleep. Easier said than done, but it helps you bounce back and get out there for another great day on the hill.
Yep. Absolutely. And one of the things, that last one, sleep. It's tough for some people when they're acclimating to the altitude. That first night is a little bit restless.
Yes.
But if you hydrate properly,
Yes.
that really helps kind of draw everything in to get that good night's sleep.
Exactly. It's a good idea to get that. Now, if you can take, Kevin, if you'd like to try some of our products, I poured some of them for you.
Let's start out with this tangerine right over here. This looks amazing.
And if any of your viewers are interested, I'll be demoing later this afternoon at the market at Beaver Creek, and then this evening at Edwards Village Market.
Okay, and if you're
Two of
not
our
familiar
retailers.
where the market there in Beaver Creek, right past the ice skating rink is
Right at
where
the
that
base.
market area is. Yep,
Exactly.
at the base. Wow, this is really good.
It is tasty.
I love the packets, the dry packets, but this is really, really good.
Well, we figured out that most of our consumers really love the convenience of the can. They can just grab it, pop a top, they're ready to go.
And again, we
Works out
talked
well.
about the ease of the packets on putting in your backpack, but these will fit in perfectly.
Exactly.
Wow, really good. Berry lemonade hits the spot.
And our third flavor, our newest one, is lemon lime. Just came out earlier this month. So it's exciting for us. We've been able to start to expand our distribution. You can find us all over the Vail Valley. And many retailers like
So
the
good.
two I just mentioned. Then also in great, awesome ski shops like Pepe's. And then other places like Beaver Liquors.
Yeah.
And convenience stores.
What a great place to be. So if you're out there and you're looking for this beverage, go to one of those fine retailers to put that in your basket, because what a great recovery drink. If you're a retailer and you're looking for an amazing product line to carry, this is very unique, one of a kind, something that everyone will be able to use. And again, very nice packaging, so it's very
Thank you.
appealing.
Believe it or not, we won an award for our packaging. And just earlier this month, we were named by Food and Beverage Magazine. Their editors named us one of the top products of 2023.
I know why. I know why now. You've got to taste it. Get out there and sample it. Get over to the market there in Beaver Creek. Try this product out. Eric, thank you for coming back
thanks.
again. We really
wait.
appreciate your time. Love trying this product. You as a viewer have got to try this. It's great from a recovery standpoint, whether you're skiing, boarding, out there mountain biking, different types of seasons, just any athletic activity. Hydrate up, get in your Amari, and you'll be set for the next day. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
It's the fastest half hour in television. Toyota's Race Week takes you inside the high-speed world of NASCAR. Go behind the scenes for a look into the high adrenaline world of motorsports and hear from your favorite drivers as they discuss the drive to a championship. If you love NASCAR, you won't want to miss Toyota's Race Week.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Join us on board the Leadville Railroad Winter Express. Stay cozy in our heated lounge cars. Marvel at the stunning winter landscape. Sip delicious hot chocolate. Don't forget to check out our new specials. Book today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Kim and I are back in the kitchen cooking up my specialty this morning. Not actually cooking, but we're going to wax Kim's board for her today. Kim, how many days have you ridden this board?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I got it at the end of the season last season, so
Okay.
it's still pretty new, but just not new enough where the factory wax is still on it. So
Yeah.
very excited for you to show me your expertise in the kitchen.
Yeah, so the way the wax kind of works on a snowboard is you're actually melting the snow below you when you're snowboarding.
Oh, interesting.
So that wax kind of helps get a nice smooth glide on the kind of that layer of water you create, which is the science behind it. So it's important you wax your board probably every 2 weeks or so, depending how much you ride, but every 10 to 20 days you probably want a fresh wax. They come in different types, so for cold weather, there's a certain wax you use for when it's really cold. In the springtime, there's a different wax, a little bit warmer, so all sorts of science behind it. All the ingredients you need is an iron and some wax, okay?
So I have a question for you
Go
about
ahead.
the wax.
Yep.
So how do you know which wax would you need for like winter or spring if you're new?
Yeah, so they're pretty well labeled. One of the brands I really like is this Mountain Flow Eco Wax. It's this guy out of Carbondale, out of his garage, that made this, and he designs the boxes so it says a temperature, so
Great.
it's like a certain temperature that you're looking for. But today we're going to use a little Birds of Prey wax. This was a nice little gift that the Birds of Prey races gave to some of us. So we got our iron nice and hot. All we're going to do is just kind of melt the wax onto the board here.
A 2-ingredient recipe. I'm a big fan of this.
This is my kind of recipe. So you can kind of go as much or as little as you like. If you do too much, you just scrape it off at the end. That's kind of the next step. I kind of like to just do a nice little half the board.
So you're just touching the wax to the iron,
That's
and
it.
just melts in little droplets, and
That's
you're just blending it all over the base of the
right.
board.
So this is a pretty decent board. It's not super dry, but we're gonna get a nice layer of wax on it, kind of from the top to the bottom, from the nose to the tail, and we're just gonna kind of nice and evenly wax it in. The heat from the wax melts it again and kind of creates a nice little layer here. So this is a great activity to do late in the day.
Yeah.
Crack open a drink. I usually like to do this for friends. If you got that one friend in your group that you're always waiting on, you give them a fresh wax, and they're a little bit faster. So that's
Hey, let me help you out.
That's kind of a trick here. So super simple, 2 ingredients. We're just going to get the second half now. I just waxed my own board a couple days ago, so I'm okay for at least a week here.
Now, as you're melting it, so you took the iron and the wax and you're melting it onto the board, and now you're kind of remelting it as you evenly distribute it.
That's right.
But the wax dries very quickly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Does the heat, is it still hot? I'm not going to touch the other end because...
No, it's not super hot. You definitely want to be careful because we have a hot iron in our hands, so that's kind of the most dangerous thing, or you don't want to touch your fingers. As you can see, I'm holding the wax all the way on the iron, so that's where you want to be really careful you're not sticking your fingers on the iron. And this is just it's nothing special. This is just an iron you could iron your clothes with, right? So
Okay.
It's not anything crazy. You could get these at any of your local ski shops usually.
Could you get one maybe at Walmart even if
Probably,
you didn't have
yeah,
access to it?
for sure. And had this iron for 10 plus years, and it's just part of my kind of snowboarding equipment at this point. So I like to get the tail and the nose as well. I never know how much you're going to be buttering around and keeping your nose and tail up in the air, but kind of give it one last look at those last couple ones that we might have missed. And we're just creating a nice little layer of wax here on the snowboard.
Well, it looks great, and you can just see it doesn't matter if it's super evenly distributed, because you mentioned there's another step after this.
That's right, that's right. So it's pretty straightforward. This is where we'd maybe crack another drink, give the wax a chance to settle here before we start scraping it. Some of the other tools that I like to use, we've got this kind of like rock edge. This is going to sharpen our edges for us, which is really important. We want sharp edges to grip the snow, right? So if you have kind of dull edges, it's harder to make those turns. This is a very similar kind of step-by-step process for the skis. Obviously, there's 2 of them, and there's more edges, so it's a little bit more work.
A little more time
As
consuming.
the snowboarders, it's pretty easy to just do this. So we have our edge tool, and then we also kind of have a little brush that I like to use. This kind of just creates grooves in the wax.
Okay.
So as you're snowboarding along, you kind of create even more gliding with it.
Okay.
So this is kind of not necessary, just something I like to use. And then our scraper, which we'll use to scrape the wax off.
Awesome.
So it's pretty straightforward.
Sure. So looking at the edging tool and the sharpening the edges, so you mentioned that you want to wax your board every 10 to 20 days. And I imagine you obviously kind of do them both simultaneously, but let's say you don't want to wax. How do you know when you need to sharpen your edges?
Yeah, I mean, it's a feel, right? We're also like carrying our boards around all the time, right? So we want to be careful with our edges, but if you're starting to feel it in your hand and it doesn't have that kind of sharpness to it anymore, you can feel it. And then also you can kind of look at it too. Sometimes you get a little bit of rust because it is water, right? So it'll kind of rust over, and you can kind of sharpen those up and get some of the rust off.
Awesome. Yeah, I definitely carry my board around with a glove, and if I can carry it without my glove on, then I know it's time.
Yeah, and there's tons of ski shops and snowboard shops that can help you with this, but this is a very easy thing to do, and it's a fun thing to do. It's kind of therapeutic for me, and you can just do it at home on a table. All you need is an outlet and an iron, and it's pretty fun and easy to do.
It makes you look like an expert.
And it goes so quickly. Yeah, exactly. And again, I love to I usually wax every one of my coworkers' boards before, so it's something I like to do. Because again, like if someone's having a hard time out there, this just makes it like a new board, and it's more enjoyable, right?
It really is.
And they can keep up, right?
And renewed excitement on getting back out, and they can keep up. I love that.
Exactly. So
true.
while this dries, I'm going to go ahead and just start on the edges.
Okay.
This tool does have little arrows, so it kind of goes directional.
Okay.
You can get stuff like this all over, but really what it is just kind of like a stone that's going to sharpen our edges. I like to go from the nose to the tail, and just one way. So we're going to make sure we got it going the right way, and we're just going to kind of sharpen the edges here.
Now, is there like a method to the way that you sharpen it? You said nose to tail, so that's the start of it.
Yeah, really.
Do you go over it several times, or just kind of how it feels?
For sure. I go over it a couple times. I usually try to go like nice and easy the first time through. And since we're on a box here, I'm gonna have to lift this one up. But I like to get just a couple kind of goes at it.
Okay.
And then I like to do like one long top to bottom.
So you do a little bit of a brushing and then smooth it all the way out.
Yeah, and you can kind of hear it, right? So the stone has kind of grooves on it, and that's really what's sharpening it.
So it's like a pumice stone for your board.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. And this is something you can kind of carry in your pocket. So if you have an old board and you're constantly having to sharpen your edges, this is just a small tool that you can carry with you or just kind of leave out and about.
Awesome.
Yeah, so this heel edge is a little rough here.
No, I love that we're doing this as an educational piece on our show, but I also am loving it because I'm getting a free wax and sharpening and tuning on my board.
Yeah, and so the next time you go out, with all this snow, we use kind of a cold weather wax. We got all these cold temperatures in the forecast, so definitely kind of want to use that cold one. And then it's tough and then as it heats up, you kind of want a different wax, so it's a little
Awesome.
Little playing that game of what's the temperature, what's the wax I want to use. I usually have 2 to 3 waxes in my bag to use. And again, all we need is just something kind of to put in between our bindings, prop it up, and an outlet. And it's pretty straightforward. So this is feeling pretty dry. You can feel it. It's still kind of warm, right?
Yeah, it is.
So I'm a weird brush guy. I do the brush before and after.
Okay.
We're about to scrape it off, so not all of it's going to stay. So that's why I like to do it before and after.
Okay.
But this is just a nice straight line, nothing crazy. You're not going to hurt your board doing this. If anything, you're going to help it. The only things to worry about are putting too much wax on.
Okay.
If there's too much wax, you're going to stick a little bit.
So if you can see it, that's probably too much wax.
Yeah, exactly. And it's okay too if you have a little bit of wax on your board, a little too much, because as you go down the mountain, it's going to come off.
Okay.
So sometimes what I like to do is I'll wax it and then I'll kind of pick a nice steep run and get some speed, and that'll kind of melt the excess wax that I have. So I'm going to scrape it as much as I can.
Okay.
And then all we're going to do is use our scraper tool.
Okay.
And we'll see how this works on this box, but we're just going to kind of push it down and see how that wax is starting to come up.
Yeah, looks great.
So we'll do that a couple times, get the wax off, edges are sharp, and we'll be ready to rock.
I'm ready to go straight on the mountain with you today.
Easy, yeah, and
all that snowfall and all of the waxing that we just did. Let's go.
And that's about 10 minutes or less, or you could let it sit for longer and take your time and make an evening of it. But it's pretty straightforward.
Sounds great. Well, it looks like Ross and I need to get out on the mountain for the rest of the show,
Yes.
even though we'll be here in studio. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales. When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these 2 luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
It's Monday, January 28th, and we are at the top of the 8 o'clock hour here on Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot, and joining me today in the studio is Ross Leonhardt. And today's second half of the show, we are talking all about road safety tips and how to prepare your vehicle if you get caught in a snowstorm and beyond. Plus, it's that time, which means we are bundled up watching more shows, and we've got some advice on the top streaming picks available. And Claire Noble of Eagle County joining us in studio today. So hour 2 of Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Good morning, Vail. Welcome back to the TV8 Weather Center. We're starting off Monday with a chilly morning, 11 degrees at 8 a.m. just now, with the high today at 18 degrees and a 40% chance of snow, which is great to see. Mostly cloudy today, all throughout the day, again, starting at 11 degrees, heating up to about 18 degrees at 4 p.m. before dropping back down to 10 degrees. A mostly cloudy day today with chances of snow, so be prepared. Dress accordingly. And looking into the I-70 corridor today, Eagle a high of 21 degrees and a slight chance of snow. Avon a high of 19 degrees and another slight chance of snow. And Vail a high of 18 degrees with a 40% chance of snow. Over in Denver, a 30-degree high with an 80% chance of snow today, Monday, to start the week. Tonight, temperatures will drop to a low of -3 degrees and a 10% chance of snow. Partly cloudy skies with a sunset at 4:59 p.m. So we will see if we can catch a classic Colorado sunset or if those clouds are going to be rolling in. Looking into the rest of the week, it is beautiful to see a chance of snow every day through Saturday. In addition, today we have afternoon snow expected tomorrow on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we're expecting some scattered snow, and on Thursday, just a full day of snow showers. Friday, things will lighten up a little bit with occasional snow before picking back up Saturday with a 60% chance of snow showers. Temperatures pretty chilly this week, so be prepared and layer up if you're getting outside. Vail Mountain snow report, a couple inches in the last 2 days, bringing the total to 115 inches this season and a base depth of 43 inches, which is great to see. Vail Mountain's operating 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. right now with 28 lifts and 242 trails. That includes the Back Bowls and Blue Sky Basin. So that's about 86% of terrain over in Vail Mountain. Plenty of room to get out. Beaver Creek snow report, same thing, a couple inches in the last 48 hours, bringing the season total to 90 inches and a base depth of 40 inches. Beaver Creek's operating 8:30 to 4 p.m. these days with 24 lifts open, 120 trails, and 53% of terrain. More to come with this snow in the forecast this week, surely.
I think we're definitely going to see that terrain percentage jump up as the snow continues to fall this week.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned chili, and now I'm craving a pot of chili, so I may have to make some this week. But it's pretty great. I'm so excited about the weather that we have coming up.
Yeah, and those cold temperatures are great so that the snow that does fall sticks around.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, if you're going to get out on the mountain, we want you to be prepared, right? And Eyepieces of Vail has all the gear we could ask for, including this beautiful pair of Oakley goggles that we are going to take a look at this morning. So with all this cloudy skies and low visibility, we really want some nice eyewear and goggles. And Oakley is a beautiful brand that makes lenses for all different conditions, and this pair here is pretty nice for those mostly sunny days, so maybe not the best ones for this week, but Oakley makes a beautiful lens. They put a lot of science into their lenses. They work very closely with people in the military and all over the place to kind of get the high-end performance that you need.
And they call it the prism technology, which makes it sound very fun and high tech.
Yes, that's it. I've been wearing a very similar pair of Oakleys like these for years. They never fail.
That's great. Yeah, I love, the Oakleys they're really cool too. I love the look as they match the helmet. I
Yes.
mean, we don't have a helmet here, but they've got that nice, like, rounded, concave
Yes.
look to them. And so it's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I love about these is they're very big. So especially on the mountain, you kind of want to have your head on a swivel and be able to see everywhere around you. So it doesn't narrow your vision. You can really see all over the place, which is really important when you're outside.
It is very much important. It's not necessarily you that you have to worry about, but it's the people around you and being spatially aware.
That's
so
it.
having
And-
a wide range of vision is great for that.
And they look good, right?
They look
so
great.
we like to say if you look good and you snowboard good. So
Look good, see good, do good.
that's it. That's it. So Eyepieces of Vail has some great eyewear and more for you to check out.
We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Think Big features top kid inventors who face off against each other to see who can come up with the most innovative and creative invention. In Think Big, kids acquire and showcase their skills in creativity, science, marketing, design, and don't forget, teamwork. Check your local listings and watch the world's most innovative kids. They create and invent new toys, games, websites, and new modes of transportation. Tune in to Think Big.
America was built on a love for the outdoors. We are a nation of sportsmen, blessed with magnificent natural resources. With broad interests across water and field, we are united in our devotion to nature and conservation. Join us every week for the best shows celebrating the outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor America. Live free.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Pleshaw, host of TV8 Vail. From fashion to food, from film to festivals, experience a unique look at the boutiques, spas, restaurants, and venues that make the Valley so special. Join me for Glitz and Glam. Find it in Good Morning Vail or at our website at tv8vail.com. I can't wait for our next adventure.
Dog Tales is America's premier dog lovers magazine show. This series is all about dogs and the people who love them. Featuring dogs of all sizes, shapes, and breeds, keeping you up to date with all the latest news from the dog world. Sit back and enjoy a fun program for the whole family. Check your local listings and tune in to Dog Tales. TV8, there's more for you on 92. Serving the local community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Joining us on the couch this morning is Claire Noble with the Eagle County Government Public Relations Lead. How are you doing this morning, Claire?
I'm doing great, and I absolutely agree with what you said in the forecast. It's really nice to see snow in the forecast every day this week, because our snowpack's still a little bit light, and the later you go in the season, the harder it is to catch up.
It is. So it's kind of that rough start, kind of a slow start, but it's going to come. It's winter in the Rockies. It's going to come, so it's good to see.
Absolutely.
Should be a busy week out on the roads, though, so hopefully we
Yeah,
don't
so
have to drive too much.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. So I'm going to actually skip. Let's
Okay.
talk about the Reachwell app.
Yeah,
real
let's do
quick.
it.
Because we have a few different ways of alerting residents and visitors to Eagle County about things going on with road conditions or other things. For instance, right now, we've been doing a lot of pile burning.
Right.
I say we, but both agencies within Eagle County, but also the BLM and National Forests are using this opportunity to do some pile burning. And so we want to send an alert out there. Don't call 911 if you see smoke. Normally, if you see something, we want you to say something. But when it's a prescribed burn, oftentimes the communications center will get 100 or more calls about that. But if you've got EC alerts, or if you download the Reachwell app, we're going to let you know. It's a prescribed burn. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and I don't think people realize there's humans on the other side of that call. So
Yeah,
they need to be available for other emergencies.
For all of the other phone calls they're getting. Yeah, so the Reachwell app, you can go to Google or Apple to download that. It's free. It's super easy. You just download it, and then you select your community, which is Eagle County. You can also select Pitkin or Garfield. They're also using this app at the same time. And it will let you know if there's a closure on Vail Pass, or if the canyon is closed, or if there's a prescribed burn, or there's a gas leak in one of the towns. You're going to get those through Reachwell. The other great thing about it, and one of the reasons why we brought this app on board in Eagle County, is that you can select from 130 languages.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
an amazing tool as a local getting around, right? And then even if you're visiting, it's just a great tool to be in the know.
Turn on, turn off, very easy.
Very easy.
Yes, absolutely. So we hope that if you're already getting EC alerts and you're getting the alerts you want, then you're good. But if you're not getting those alerts, or if you've got visitors coming in town that maybe they're going to be here for a week, and again, we've got a lot of weather coming through this week. You don't want to be sitting in Dow Junction wondering why you're not moving.
Right.
If you have the Reachwell app,
Right.
you're going to know why, or you're going to know to avoid that area.
Yeah, and one of the best things about it is it's accurate and it comes from a real source, right? So
It's all the same source.
Yeah.
It's coming from Vail Communication Center. It's coming from the same source that feeds EC alerts, feeds Reachwell.
That's right. That's right. So whether you're traveling in Vail or across the county, it's a great app to have.
Yeah, and more communities are using it. As I mentioned, Pitkin and Garfield County are using it. So for instance, if you go back and forth to Aspen, Carbondale, Glenwood Springs, our neighboring counties are also using this as well.
Yeah, what a great tool. What an amazing asset we
Yeah.
have for the community here and our visitors.
Yeah.
It's a great app and easily downloadable on your phone, free. Just
Absolutely free.
why wouldn't
Yeah.
you get it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Stay in the know. We want to keep people informed as opposed to like constantly being reactive or kind of being behind the ball.
Definitely. And speaking of no-brainers, January is radon testing month, right? So
Yeah, and I don't mean to be a downer first thing in the morning, but I want you to take radon seriously,
Yeah, of
because
course.
here's why. 40% of the homes in Eagle County are estimated to have elevated levels of radon. What is radon? It naturally occurs. So it's going to seep out of rocks, out of ground, out of water. And what happens this time of year is most of us have all of our windows and doors shut. So if it's coming into your house through cracks, through joints, whatever, it's going to get trapped inside your house. Why is it a problem? Well, it's the second leading cause of cancer in America, and the first leading cause of cancer in people who don't smoke. So it can be very serious. So we've got these free test kits. Walking Mountain Science Center is the lead on this, so you can go by their office and pick these up.
hold it up for everyone, yes.
Or
Small
you
bag.
you can come by the Eagle County Public Health, the Environmental Health Office, and they also have them. They'll give you 2 per household, and you can test it, and then you send it off. I think it's a prepaid postage on this as well. What happens if you're elevated? So they're going to actually recommend further testing, but there are also different kinds of mitigation measures that can happen. So here's the thing. One of the things that Walkie Mountain Science Center offers are these free home energy assessments.
Love those.
So you get the free home energy assessment. Let's say you do this radon test and you're like, whoa, we're elevated. So then what happens? You've got to do some mitigation. There are rebates, but you got to get the home energy assessment first. So we're going to ask you to do a couple of different things, but you can get a rebate to mitigate the radon.
Yeah, and it's a couple steps, but it really benefits you and your home. So it's, again, a no-brainer.
Right, you want to feel safe in your home.
Right.
And the thing about radon is you can't see it, you can't smell it, but it might be there. So find out and protect yourself and your family.
Terrifying, but also good to know that we have ways to.
It's a solvable problem.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Coming up, switching gears, a little bit more fun. Coming up this Friday, January 12th, we've got a ski and ride day with the commissioners.
Love that.
Oftentimes, some of the other electeds or department heads show up as well. So this one will be at Vail. Meet at Gandhi 1 at 10 a.m. We're recommending that intermediate ability to go out and ski. If you want to skip the skiing and just meet them for lunch, they'll be at El Segundo at 12:30.
Okay, awesome. So they'll get out for a couple hours Friday morning.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great way to sit on the chairlift, chit-chat with a county commissioner, and let them know what you would do if you were commissioner for a day.
Yeah, and one of the beautiful things about our small community is our county commissioners are just locals just like us, right?
Yeah, and they're really accessible,
Yeah.
and we really do want public feedback. We really do want to know, what do you think about the job we're doing? What do you think is a problem area for you that you want us to address?
That's right, and people love to speak up, but this is the proper forum to kind of speak up, right?
Yeah.
And get your voice out there.
Yeah, and we've got another 3-day weekend coming up.
That's right.
This is such a great time of year. I don't know how I'll get through March and April, but this time of year we've got a few more 3-day weekends. The Martin Luther King Jr. Holiday is the 15th, so county offices will be closed that day.
Yep.
The landfill will not be closed that day.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, for people who need that service, it will still be open. And then just the last thing I want to mention to folks, Ross, is that this is a big election year.
Yep.
We have elections all the time, but this is a year where we've got a presidential election. So coming up on March 5th, Colorado participates in Super Tuesday. So Super Tuesday is March 5th. So what I would recommend folks do is go to govotecolorado.com. If you're not registered to vote, you can register. If you've moved recently, it's a good time to update your address, because here's the thing, we're a vote by mail state, and you can't forward a ballot. So if you've moved, your ballot's not going to be forwarded. So just go in there very quickly, change your address so you can participate in all the elections this year. We have a primary on June 25th, and then the general election is November 5th.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's back again, this election kind of cycle. And
It kind of feels like it never stops.
Yeah, but it's our civic duty, right? And
Yeah.
kind of do your homework and do your research on each kind of ballot initiative and whoever you're voting for, right?
Absolutely, and I'm so proud of Colorado because our voter turnout in presidential years last time was 84%. The only state that beats us is Minnesota. I don't know what they're doing up there. It'd be nice for us to beat them this year.
Yeah. And is it young voters that aren't, who is the 16% that wasn't getting out?
I think it's, probably, I want to say fairly evenly distributed,
Okay.
but, older folks tend to be our most loyal voters.
Yeah.
They tend to show up for every election. It is a little bit tougher to get younger voters out there, but with vote by mail, it's really hard to have an excuse. I get it if you don't want to stand in a long, snaky line that's going to take a couple of hours, but vote by mail. And the other thing is you get to sit with your ballot for a while. As you were just mentioning, you get to spend a little bit of time researching some of the different ballot measures, which I'm sure will be on the ballot. So you kind of go into this knowing what you're doing, whereas going into a booth, I'm so glad I don't have to do that, because then you're kind of a little under the gun to make your decision right away.
Definitely. Yeah, I've been voting by mail for years, and it is just so seamless and easy and not stressful at all. And you can still get your sticker that says you voted. It's pretty easy.
We distribute these boxes around the county. There's one right here in Avon for you. You can also go to the county building. But if you're old school and you really want to go in person, you can vote in person as well. We have a number of facilities around the county, from Vail all the way over to El Jebel, where you can vote in person.
Awesome. Well, a lot going on. I know you're super busy, but definitely check out that Reachwell app to stay in the know. I'd highly recommend joining our commissioners on Friday for a ski day. You get to ski and be with the commissioners, kind of a double bonus there. And be sure to keep up to date with Eagle County and all their kind of closures with the holidays coming up. And get your radon test.
Absolutely.
All month, right?
Yes.
Through January. So thanks so much for joining us, Claire. We'll be back with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, real homeowners tackle really big renos.
Welcome to the ugliest house in the neighborhood.
It's a wild ride from before to after.
If we go to the tile store one more time, only one of us is coming out alive.
Well, I didn't know he was going to do all that.
Between the budget and the timeline, it's makeover madness.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the TV8 Weather Center. A chilly morning to start the week today. 11 degrees at 8 a.m. to start with a high of 18 degrees, so pretty chilly, and a chance of snow, 40% today to start the week. Mostly cloudy today, so throughout the day we will see very little sun and hopefully a little bit of snow. Again, starting the day at 11 degrees before warming up to a whopping 18 degrees at 4 p.m. This evening it'll drop back down to 10 degrees at 8 p.m. A look at the I-70 corridor today. Eagle will see a high of 21 degrees and a 20% chance of snow. Avon, a high of 19 degrees and a 30% chance of snow. Vail, a high of 18 degrees and a 40% chance of snow. Denver, 80% chance of snowfall and a high of 30 degrees. Tonight, temperatures will drop back down to -3 degrees for a low and a slight chance of snow overnight. Partly cloudy skies into the evening with a sunset at 4:59 p.m. A look at the daily. It is a beautiful forecast here with the chance of snow every day through the week. So in addition today, we are looking at afternoon snow tomorrow on Tuesday. Wednesday, scattered snow throughout the day. Thursday, snow showers, 70% chance of snow that Thursday. Friday, occasional snow with a 60% chance, and Saturday, another 60% chance of snow showers. So lots of snow in the forecast, and we welcome that sight. The temperatures are quite chilly throughout the week, so be prepared for that. The lows in the single digits for the most part, and the highs in the low 20s. So definitely get out there, enjoy the snow, and if you're driving, leave a little early and take your time. Up next, we're going to check on some streaming picks from our friends at the Daily Flash.
Hey, before we head into the weekend, we always like to give you our picks for streaming for the weekend. This is where we got to tell you about something you have to check out on your streaming services. Let's do ladies first, Andrea.
Okay, my pick for this week is Glitch, the Rise and Fall of HQ Trivia.
I'm working with these guys who started Vine, and they want to do this trivia show on an app. To me, I didn't have high hopes for it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is HQ. I'm Scott, the host. HQ Trivia was everywhere.
You could actually win real money.
It just kept getting bigger.
Glitch chronicles the rise and fall of HQ Trivia, which swept the nation before it crashed and burned. It drew A-list celebrities and money-hungry players, but crashed and burned, and a major tragedy bookends this tell-all tech tale.
Oh, I'm interested in this. I'm glad you told me.
Dying to see that. Did you watch our last episode? It was fun.
Yeah.
All right, my pick this week, and trust me, I thought I would be done with these shows for a bit, but it's Ahsoka.
War is inevitable. One must destroy in order to create. We are no Jedi.
I started hearing whispers of Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire.
Ahsoka Tano investigates an emerging threat to the galaxy following the fall of the Empire. Rosario Dawson reprises the role that she started in Mandalorian by embodying a character that's been beloved throughout the Star Wars universe. Disney Plus is releasing a new episode every Tuesday. I thought I was done with these for a minute, but it caught me. There's some twists, some turns, spoilers in there.
Yeah. I kind of like having the weekly thing instead of binging on it. It gives you something to look forward to.
I do too.
All right. Dive into the world of power plays, sharp wit, and impeccable style with captivating series. Oh yeah, there's also a now Royal Princess in it. It's Suits. It's on Netflix. Check it out.
We should hire you. Jesus, I'd give you the 25 grand as a signing bonus. I'll take it. Unfortunately, we only hire from Harvard. And you not only did not go to Harvard Law School, you haven't even gone to any law school.
What if I told you that I consume knowledge like no one you've ever met and I've actually passed the bar?
Suits lasted 9 seasons, but you can catch 8 of them on Netflix. I believe Hulu has the other season. It's a great series to binge, for sure. That does it for the show, everybody. We appreciate you joining us this week.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
We'll see you when we look at you. Bye-bye.
Good, everybody.
Good morning, Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Familia, estamos muy emocionados de por fin presentarles nuestro nuevo programa completamente en español, Conexión Latina, que se estrena este lunes 21 de agosto a partir de las 7 de la tarde. Por el momento, el programa se transmitirá los lunes, miércoles y viernes de 7 a 7 y media de la tarde, con una repetición de 7 y media a 8, así que no hay excusas para perdértelo. Te recuerdo que puedes sintonizar nuestra programación a través del canal 92 de Comcast, nuestra página web tva.com y nuestra página de Facebook TVA Conexión Latina. Acompáñanos en esta nueva aventura llena de información y entretenimiento local. No te lo pierdas.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I?
Yes, I do. So even though you work for
some good deals, too good to miss on Flash Deals. Now, check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Snooki and Scott show. We are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. And welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. Now, I am so excited because this is a very important conversation to be had. Joining me today is the CEO of Dry Sea, but we are talking all things about how to be winter prepared and really weather prepared in your vehicle. Brad, how are you this morning?
Oh, lovely. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, you are an expert in all things safety. You know, you have a very extensive background in cybersecurity and other things, and now you're with Dry Sea, but you're here to talk about weather-related car preparedness. So talk to me a little bit about that, and how can we best be prepared, especially for us here in Colorado as we are in the thick of our winter months?
Yes, well, as the snow and ice come, be prepared. Have those snow or ice chains on your tires. Always check the air pressure to make sure you've got adequate air in your tires, and tread. Make sure the tread is good and not worn too low. The CDC says that 48% of Americans don't have a first aid kit in their home, and that number is higher in their cars. So have that first aid kit in your automobile and have it accessible, not in the trunk.
Very important. I think having a first aid kit in your car is vital to survival, and people don't think about that often. So talk to me a little bit about what we should have inside of our first aid kits.
Sure. Bandages, dressings, antiseptics, alcohol wipes, some pain medication, you know, Aleve or aspirin, etc. And make sure you've got plenty of cold weather gear, extra coats, mittens, hats, etc., especially for our elders and our young folks.
And well, according to the Federal Highway Administration, you know, we have about 5.9 million car crashes in the U.S. per year, and 21% of those are related to weather. So do you have any advice on how to try to avoid accidents or be better prepared if you do happen to get into a weather-related accident or stranded situation?
Well, right, especially in the mountains and the hills. If you're in an auto accident, you slip off the road down a ravine or a hill, you know, have an emergency whistle in your automobile too. That way, if you're in an accident, you slip down the hill, you can blow that whistle and notify emergency personnel. In addition to that, you know, in case you have problems with your automobile or battery, have that portable phone charger charged and ready to go too in the event you're in an accident.
I think the portable phone charger is a great suggestion. You know, I think all too often we would just rely on that cord that plugs into our car to charge our phone at all times. So do you have any tips on how we can, you know, check our vehicles for or prepare them for winter conditions ahead of time?
Well, yeah, we mentioned tire chains, and have those tires in tip-top shape. check your antifreeze and coolant. That's obviously extremely important. And just overall maintenance. If you have to take a trip and it's snowing or icy, be prepared. Don't be overconfident. So many of us are overconfident driving in inclement weather. And be safe. And frankly, don't drive or travel if you don't have to, if the weather is inclement or poor.
I think that's probably the best tip, is to stay home if the weather is not great, especially if you're not used to driving in that. Now, Brad, talk to me about dry sea. What do you advise in regard to keeping some of your products in our first aid kits, and just how to be better prepared?
Well, right. Dry sea is the world's only liquid indicating waterproof bandage or dressing. Typically, waterproof bandages fail, and waterproof bandages look exactly the same: wet, dry, and saturated. So wear Dry Sea, and you can find us at Amazon or at drysea.com, because if there's intrusion by liquid, ice, snow into the bandage or dressing or wound area, Dry Sea changes color, so you know when to change your bandage and dressing, and that certainly promotes wound healing.
I think the technology, because it locks everything in, it can also prevent from any sort of infection. And I think you might as well throw some dry sea bandages into your first aid kit, because most first aid kits that you just get off of Amazon don't have them. So where can we go for more information, Brad, to be better prepared and just to really learn how to best prepare ourselves?
Right. Well, do some research. Check with your local news station on weather conditions. NTSB.gov can give you preparedness information on how to avoid accidents or injury, whether it's automobile, airplane, or otherwise. And your local transportation agency in the state of Colorado. Check those websites for information, weather updates, and overall safety ahead of making any significant travel or trips.
I think it's great. And definitely, if you plan on traveling in the winter season, learn how to defensively drive. I've been watching way too many videos on the internet of cars just sliding down hills and crashing into each other.
Right. Yeah, we all seem to drive a little more or too aggressively during the holiday season, so it's time to calm down, be prepared, and like you said, be defensive in your driving.
Excellent. And Brad, thank you so much for joining us this morning and for giving some advice on how to prepare your car and to prepare your first aid kits and beyond as we are navigating these winter months. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. We're here to help and enjoyed visiting with you.
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much, Brad. Now stay tuned. We have a bit more here on the second half of our show. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
As much as I love getting into the kitchen, we have a resident expert, Tracy Miller, with Colorful Cooking with Tracy, and she's going to show us how to prepare a delicious chicken recipe.
You're watching Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller. I'm a huge fan of chicken, actually. That's about my favorite protein, and I eat it most of the time. So what we're going to do is super season it, like lots of salt and pepper over every little part of your chicken breast. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pan, coat it. I have my oven at 350 degrees, and I'm going to turn this up a little tiny bit because I turned it down, because of that whole summertime heat thing. And what happens when you have your hot pan, you put 2 cold chicken breasts in it, the pan automatically gets a little bit cooler. So crank it up a little bit when you're about to put your chicken in. We're going to put that raw chicken breast right in there. You can kind of hear the sizzle. I wish we had a little more sizzle, but that was my fault. I was just talking too much. Okay, so there we go. We have the chicken seasoned on one side, but with every good protein, you need to season it on every single side. Now, I'm pretty specific about my seasoning. I like every single bite to have a little salt and pepper. Okay, I'm gonna crank it up a little bit. We're gonna sear each side of the chicken, and then we're gonna put it in the oven at 350 degrees. This is a method that you can do on the grill as well. So if you're grilling and you have your grill really hot, fiery hot, you put your chicken on, you sear it up, you flip your chicken over, and you sear it up again. Then you can either put it in a cast iron pan or a baking sheet and finish it in the oven. This is a trick a lot of chefs use when they're mass producing. Like if I'm cooking filet mignon for 20 people, I will sear it up and then I'll let it cool, and then I'll pop it in the oven right before it's time to eat for about 15 minutes, and it gets to a perfect medium rare temperature. So this is a nice method. Okay, so you want to get a nice sear, a nice color on both sides of your chicken breast. And then we're going to let that sear up for a few more minutes. I'm going to pop it in the oven, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get our Colorado sweet corn out. I just actually cleaned all this corn up. Look at all that stuff hanging off of there. You want to cook it pretty quickly, and then you want to cool it down for this salad. So what I'm going to do is pop this chicken in the oven at 350 degrees, and we're going to finish baking it that way. So it's kind of off the stove. It's going to cook to perfection, and then we're going to have a nice chicken breast, lean and delicious, that we can enjoy. So I'm going to put this in the oven. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, corn salad is on its way. Welcome back to Colorful Cooking. I am Tracy Miller, and we've got some chicken in the oven, and we're also making a corn salad today. It's a really nice, light summertime dinner. To complete the meal, first of all, we have our fresh corn, which here in Colorado, we've got some good corn. So I'm just gonna pop that in the boiling water, and I'm literally gonna boil that for probably about 2 or 3 minutes. Everybody overcooks their corn. You don't need to cook corn very long to keep that nice little pop that corn has. I also have some fingerling potatoes, which I am a huge potato fan. They fill me up. They're pretty basic and easy to make. So what I've done is I've boiled the potatoes in water and then I've sliced them. Now I have some olive oil in my pan and I'm just going to fry them up just a little bit. You can also bake them in the oven if you want to. That just gives them a little bit of a crispiness that's going to make them really delicious and decadent. And of course, we are going to season these with a lot of salt and pepper. And veggies are so good and healthy for you. They have a lot of water in them, but they also need a lot of seasoning. So we're going to get those kind of flat on the pan. Notice how I have them spread out. Whenever you're cooking anything in your pan, you want to spread it out. Give everything a lot of space to get the heat around. That's the same if you're doing something in the oven, if you're doing something on a baking sheet. Don't clump it all together. Give it some space so that everything can get some heat around it and it can all get nice and crispy and cook really well. So what I have is parsley and cilantro right here. And I forgot my brand new knife, so I have to use the knife here in the kitchen. But I'm just going to try to mince this up really nicely. Not sure my knife is going to cooperate with that because, you know, the sharper knife you have, the better off that's going to be. But we're going to just do some parsley and some cilantro mixed together. I'm going to do a lot of salt and pepper, some red wine vinegar. This is what makes it really fun and fresh. And look at how low calorie this is going to be too. So it's going to give you some good flavor on that chicken breast, but it's not going to cost you a lot of calories. We're also going to add a little bit of olive oil to it. And this depends on how much you like olive oil. Add the extra virgin olive oil if you really like the flavor. Add a lighter olive oil if you don't want quite as much olive oil flavor to it. So we're just going to let that sit and kind of absorb all those flavors. Get that red wine vinegar. I can smell that vinegar and it smells really good. I'm going to actually add a few more herbs to the top of that, and then we're just going to let this sit and relax. And you don't have to let it sit and relax for too long. I would say like 10 or 15 minutes. It's kind of one of those things that you want to make right around go time, and you want to be able to serve it fresh because that's what it is. It's really fresh. So we've got a low-cal chimichurri here. It originates from Argentina. Good on any meat. I put it on steak quite a bit. You could even use it as a taco seasoner if you wanted to like put it on top of your taco or something like that. But right now, we're just going to save it for the chicken. All right, looks like our corn is possibly done. So let me grab some tongs here and just get that right out of there. See, that looks nice. And it's still kind of firm. It's not mushy at all. So what's going to happen now is we are going to just let that cool down for a second, and then I'm going to cut all the corn off to make the corn salad. I think one of the reasons why I was like doing this corn salad is because both my daughters had braces and neither one of them could eat corn, and I was like, had to cut the corn off all the time, and I'm like, hey, wait, I remember this. This is kind of a nice way to eat corn. It doesn't get stuck in your teeth. Chimichurri is a stuck-in-your-teeth kind of dish, too. So if you're eating it with a friend, that's the way to go because that cilantro might stick around. You have to ask, hey, friend, do I have anything in my teeth? Can't be on a date or anything like that, you know, a new date. All right, so we're going to crank the potatoes up. We just want to get a little crisp on them. We have the chicken cooking in the oven. I've seared it on both sides. I've popped it in the oven at 350. It's probably going to take about 20-25 minutes to reach 165. We're going to pull that out. We're going to let it rest for a minute, and then we're going to slice it up. We are going to put it on top of the potatoes, and then we are going to make the corn salad. I'm going to pop the corn under some cold water while we take a quick break. When we return, it is a Mexican corn salad that I really think you're going to like a lot. So stick around. We've got chicken in the oven. We're making a corn salad. This is going to be a nice light dinner for you and your family. I think the chicken is all done. So it's in the cast iron pan. I've had it in the oven at 350 for maybe about 20 minutes or so. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it out of the cast iron pan so that it doesn't cook any more than it already is going to. These are massive chicken breasts. I think that can feed a family of 3 to 4. Okay, so now we're just going to kind of take all the corn off. I don't know why, but I really like doing this. And look at how fresh and poppy, for lack of a better word, this corn is. All right, so I have the corn. I also have romaine, and I'm just going to put the corn, and I cooled the corn down under cold water. You blanch it, you boil it, and then you put it in cold water. It keeps that beautiful color. All right, I like spice, and I like jalapeno spice. We're gonna make it nice and spicy with the seeds and the stems, a raw jalapeno, which I like as well, and then we're gonna put that in there. So we have romaine, we have fresh corn, we have a little bit of jalapeno, and then a mixture of mayonnaise, Parmesan cheese, lime juice, chili powder, and a little bit of olive oil. So I've made that up. So here we go, we have our salad. I'm gonna move it over to our platter because we've got the chicken waiting there, which I'm gonna slice. We're gonna put the salad, and see, maybe this is a good way to do it because now the corn's on the bottom, so if I serve it like this, like all the lettuce is on top, this salad is delicious. You will absolutely love it. Now I think we're getting ready to slice the chicken, so we're gonna kind of do our grand finale in just a moment. We're making grilled chicken breast, corn salad. We've got most of it made. I'm gonna take a quick break, wash my hands, clean this place up a little bit, and then show you how it's done when we're done. Welcome back. I got to get Maddie Evans in the kitchen. Maddie, how you doing?
I'm so good. I'm so excited to try this right now, though.
Okay, good. I have a piece of chicken there for you. I hear you're a big fan of chicken, so give it a bite. I cooked it in the oven, and it has to have a little bit of moisture, which it was pretty juicy when I was cooking it. So there you go. Tell me, does it have some moisture in it? Is it pretty good? Did you get a little bit of the corn salad in there too?
Oh my gosh,
she likes it.
That chicken is amazing.
It's good. That's how you cook it. You sear it up, you finish it in the oven. You can do that with any meat that you have. We will have all the recipes online. We've got fingerling potatoes. Have a little more. How's it going? You're back on TV.
I'm back. It's amazing, but you can't talk to me now because I'm going to stuff my face.
Okay, so we've got the corn salad. This is a perfect summer dish. It's healthy, it's high in protein, it's low in calories, and it's going to taste good if you'd like to make it for your family or even for a party. Like you could do this on a platter for a party. I'm Tracy Miller. That's Maddie Evans. This is Colorful Cooking. Thanks for watching.
Good morning, Vail.
Suki and Scott Show, we are feeling good today. Great show on the way.
Absolutely. Welcome to our show. I'm Suki.
I'm Scott.
And we are feeling good today. You know why? Because we had a great show.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
More than ever, kids need information to help them better understand their surroundings and to better protect themselves. Each week, this program works with the various law enforcement agencies across the country and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, spotlighting several missing cases, hoping someone, like you, might have information that will lead to finding these individuals.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley.
Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to Danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 8 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Good morning, Vail.
You know, earlier in the show, I had a conversation about how to prepare your car for the winter, but I would say based on the weather, we are in the thick of it. The winter is here finally after a slow start to the season. But as you can see, it's 8 a.m., about 11 degrees as we move towards that 9 o'clock hour this morning. A high of 18, so chilly, chilly weather today. Snow, 40% chance. I know we had a little bit overnight. Winds northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. But we're not really going to see that sunshine we are so widely known for here in the Colorado mountains because of the snowstorm that is moving in. 8 a.m., 11 degrees and cloudy. Noon, 17 degrees, mostly cloudy, which means that sun is trying to make its presence known, but we're probably not going to see it today. 18 degrees at 4 o'clock. And then 10 degrees at 8 p.m., mostly cloudy as we head into those nighttime hours. Denver, this is a change that we haven't seen in a while. 80% chance of snow in Denver, which means it is happening. 30 degrees for the high as you continue to move through the I-70 corridor towards the valley. Vail, 40% chance of snow. 18 degrees for the high there. Avon, we're about 1 degree warmer, so it gets a little bit warmer as you continue to make your way west. 30% chance of snow in Avon and 19 degrees. Eagle, 20% chance and 21 for the high. So Eagle is going to see the warmest part of the day today. Snow, 10% chance tonight, and then a low of -3 degrees. So get those heated blankets out. Stay at home. Stay bundled up. Winds again west 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunset at 4:59 p.m. So we're getting a little bit longer days as we move through the winter season. Snow for the next 5 days. Tuesday, 50% chance. Afternoon snow showers, 26 for the high, 10 degrees for the low. Wednesday, 70% chance, and it's continuing to move throughout the season, throughout the week. We're seeing snow all week long. 21 for the high, 8 degrees for the low on Wednesday. Thursday, snow showers, 19 for the high, and chilly, 0 degrees for the low. Friday through the weekend, occasional snow, 19 for the high, 6 degrees for the low, and then snow showers on Saturday as well, and 8 degrees for the low. So it's going to be a cold one. Looking at the Vail Mountain snow report, we have a lot of snow coming in, so we are just so excited. We cannot wait for the terrain to continue to open throughout both Vail and Beaver Creek. As it is Monday, we talked about winter preparedness and what to have in your car, especially as those snow showers come in. Claire Noble talked all about the app that you can use to monitor snow conditions, report any sort of accidents or things that you're seeing here. And as always, I loved that Ross waxed my snowboard, so I am ready to shred on that fresh powder. Can't wait. I'm your host, Kimberly, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking with Tracy Miller on TV8 Vail. Tracy brings you the best in fresh and healthy foods for the active outdoor lifestyle. Stream online at tv8vail.com or find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on 92.
Tune into Coffee with America and